I saw you late last night when I was checking in, so I know that you've been out there for quite some time. What's the experience been like for you?
Well, I'll tell you what, Craig, this is the heaviest and the fastest the snow has come down, which is really no surprise. We are just on the precipice of a big convective band, but really right now, it's this merger of two. We've had one more so stationary convective band that's set up a little bit further into the interior of New Jersey. That's been sliding ever so slightly off to the east, and that's what is now parked overhead. The wind's picking up a little bit as well. I wouldn't say we're blizzard conditions by any means, but definitely probably wind gusts closer to 40 miles per hour, I think is what I'm going to go with. The peak wind gust so far has been 39 miles per hour. That happened a couple of hours ago. Right now, though, Times Square, this is about as clean as the streets are going to get across the tri-state area and the 5 boroughs. This is such a heavily trafficked area that they have done everything they can to keep this road clear and the sidewalks. I mean, since I've been out here, and I've been out here a long time, as you pointed out, Craig, I mean, I have seen so many groups of people going, shoveling, salting. I mean, they are really putting all of the effort that they can into this, especially because of the criticism that New York City got and how they responded to the mid-January winter storm we had when only 11.4 inches fell in Central Park. Now, one key feature to this storm is how wet and slushy this snow has been. So as I'm walking, you can even see it sticking to the bottom of my shoes a little bit. It almost literally looks like you're going to 7-Eleven and getting, I don't know what flavor that would be, but like a dirt Slurpee. We're going to go with that. But even with the roads, too, I mean, it's very much watery, especially as those snow plows come in. But speaking of the snow plows, I was actually able to watch how they handle paving such a wide street, such as Broadway. We're right on Broadway right now. And what they do is they get 4 plows and they line up almost like you're starting a track race. And one goes a little bit further ahead and they kind of stagger out across the road. So that way they can all accomplish one road in one fell swoop. So it was really interesting to watch that happen. There are some big trucks that are moving all of this snow. And as they were moving it, it almost looked like a wave of water because of how milky that texture was. But right now, we're likely going to see snowfall rates just like this, probably close to 2 inches per hour. Some spots may be isolated closer to 3. Probably not in New York City, but in and around the area. And that's going to really bump up our snow totals for this event as a whole. Right now, the official reports out of Battery Park from the last time I checked was around 12 inches. For Central Park, it was 9.3. You head north, you go to the Bronx, you go to Harlem. We're talking 14, 15 inches of snow. You head over to Queens and Brooklyn. We're a little over a foot at this point. And then it varies based upon some of the spots out in New Jersey. But I've seen a wide variety of reports of snow. So that's just what you get in a system like this. Everybody's just weathering this storm out, and likely the worst of it going to be done within the next 2 hours, and then we can come on the other side of this. And all those kids that you mentioned, Craig, that don't have school today, maybe by the end of this afternoon, they can go out and have one good snowball fight, because I'm telling you, the snow is perfect to make a classic snowball and even a great snowman. I've seen a couple of them around Times Square already.
Yeah, that's some seriously dense snow out there, my friend. I know that it's cold out there, so I may lose the battery with you. So if I do, we'll lose you. But question for you. First of all, Dirt Slurpee, not going to be a big seller for us. But you described it perfectly. Everybody in here gets it. And then having said that, from your experience out there last night, you were talking to drivers. What are they saying? Because the very few that are on the road, I'm sure it's not easy.
No, it's definitely not. And what's actually interesting is earlier this morning, I ran into a group of people. They're YouTubers. They have a stream online. They drove all the way from Nashville to see this. And I had another group of people. They came from Austria to drive through the snow. And they said that, especially the folks that came from Nashville, because they almost followed the trajectory of this storm, because we know West Virginia, portions of Pennsylvania, they got hit with snow before the big kahuna happened as that low popped off of the Atlantic yesterday and still deepening right now. So they said that New York City and the areas around are the worst to travel, and that's why there's that travel ban. Yeah. But I will say there's a couple people not following said travel ban. I've seen a few cars that I don't think are essential workers.
Yeah,
but I won't say anything.
Home. Yeah, exactly. I love your descriptions with the Dirt Slurpee, the Big Kahuna. I bet a lot of us wish we were in Hawaii right now. Hey, my friend, we're going to check in with you throughout the morning. And by the way, off the coast, I see some lightning strikes close to Long Island. And I know earlier in your reports you were waiting for some thunderstorm. And I hope that you hear it, because it's the coolest thing ever.
I'm hoping. I know. I'm really hoping, and they've been highlighting that, hey, lightning and thunder snow is a possibility for the last couple of days, and they even have it in that mesoscale discussion that's out for the area. So fingers crossed.
All right, let's hope for that. And if we do, maybe your cameras will be rolling so we can play it back. Haley Meier, our friend in Times Square this morning, and I do want